Oh, it's cutting off my head. Can you fix it? No, not all the way there. I want it to come this way more. Right there. Stop. Leave it there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ow.
You're so awkward.
Did you say ew? Thanks, babe. When is your divorce?
In 2018. That's so funny.
Funny looking. Cheers, internet.
So do I need to intro this?
Yeah, why am I sitting here?
I don't know.
This is awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward.
I wish I was all the way on the screen.
Can we just get into it? Okay, we're gonna wrap. Well, I'm gonna wrap presents. He's not gonna help.
I'm gonna answer questions from the internet.
I'm going to wrap presents. You're just gonna sit there and drink your hot chocolate. You're welcome.
I'm gonna sit in.
You're
for
welcome.
The internet, people. You ready?
Oh, sorry.
Did you snort? Did you snort on camera?
I am an ugly laugher. First question.
Hold on, I need to restart that. First question. How old are your sons and do they go to school?
So Ian is 11 years old and he goes to
School.
They say it's like an elementary school. It's an intermediate school, I guess. It's his last year at this one, and then he goes to the middle school, which is really upsetting. I have like a preteen. Holy moly.
Growing up.
Holy moly.
Next.
Everybody watch out. Hold on, I haven't even mentioned the other squirt. So I have one son who is 11 years old and he attends school. He's in 5th grade. And my younger son is 3 years old and we have him in a like church Mother's Day out type program. But they're really nice because they actually have like afternoon classes, so he gets to stay from 9 to 2 o'clock. It's really, really nice.
This one comes from Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
How did you come up with the boys' names? Are they family names? Do they have special meetings, etc.?
I am not an emotional person. Okay, I take that back. I am an emotional hot mess. I guess sentimental? No, I'm sentimental too.
This is going well. Let's just make up a story.
Let's just be real. Okay, I found Ian's name in a baby book. I was really young. I didn't know what I wanted to name kids. So I looked in a baby book and I thought Ian sounded really good. Actually, I was going through and I was like, oh, no, I know somebody that name. Oh, he was weird. No, I'm never gonna name my child after that person. So I did not want to name Ian after anyone that I knew the name of that person. Like, does that make sense? I know the name of that person. Did not want to name him that. Anywho, and I just chose it out of a baby book. I thought it was good. For Blaine, my sister actually came up with it. We were having a hard time trying to figure out what to name him. We could not agree on anything.
What were the top choices?
What were the top choices?
You wanted Henry.
Oh my gosh, yes. I did love Henry.
What if they would have been girls?
I wanted Anastasia after my great-great-grandmother. Anastasia.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty. No?
No, I like it.
He doesn't like her.
We didn't have a girl.
When he gets all quiet, he's like,
We didn't have a girl. It just doesn't apply to my life. Where?
Wait, hold on. Did I mention that Blaine was my sister named him?
Yes.
Yes, well, we couldn't come up with anything. So Blaine got named after my sister. And Trent did not want to admit that my sister... He did not want to admit that my sister freaking named our child. She just mentioned it one day and I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool name.
Yep.
He was in denial for the longest. Thanks, sis. I am not doing a very good job with this wrapping.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
This one comes from Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
How did you meet your husband?
He purchased me on the internet. Seriously though, he really did. Actually,
No, that's right. That's about right.
It's about right. I met him through Match. We are like those sappy people on the commercials that like, oh, we all fell in love from Match.com. We're so happy. We are those corny people. I remember it so vividly because it was December. I was in Alabama, teaching kindergarten at that time, and my sister and one of my friends from that school at that time, they were both like, you should join Match.com, because I was not a person that liked to go out to parties. I don't do parties, I don't do clubs, I don't do gatherings, I don't go out. I just don't do it. It's not my thing. I am a homebody. And they were like, you should try Match.com. So I tried Match.com. Met this one really creepy person, and
oh my God, Bridget, this is about me.
This again.
Story's about me, Bridget.
I know. And I said I would never do this again, and lo and behold, this goofball over here decides that he's gonna send me a message Christmas Eve. It was Christmas Eve. Yes, it was. Christmas Eve. I'm
not saying it wasn't. I just don't remember it.
He goes, do you have any plans for Christmas? And I said, we're just hanging out. It was a time when my parents went to like Las Vegas or something. So it was myself, my sister, we had to like celebrate Christmas early. And so I said nothing. I kind of started talking, and then next thing you know, I go on a date with him, and here we are. Rest is history. Oh, you're so cute. Focus, Bridget.
Well worth the $30.
Wow, let's not get emotional.
No, I liked it. I think it's a funny story.
It is a funny story. This one is not coming out the best.
How many houses did you look at before settling on the one
Holy
you bought?
moly. So
that's from Mr. Post.
Hi, Mr. Post. We looked at so many houses. It was absolutely ridiculous. We moved here.
It was like 7 houses.
No, it was not 7 houses. It was more than 7 houses.
That we went to.
They had me. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
Okay, well, we looked on Zillow daily, but we were living with my in-laws, his parents, and we had really started looking, I think, in December. Was it December or January? Maybe January-ish. Finally found one in May, which was this house. And I fell in love with it immediately. Like, I'm not even joking, y'all. I was sitting there looking at houses on Zillow. This one pops up and it says that it was gonna have an open house on Sunday. I was like, we need to go and see it. We're gonna go see some houses anyways. Let's go see it. We saw it. We were here. We were like, we wanna buy it.
It was fast.
Yeah, it was fast.
What did you like about
crazy.
This house? This house is tiny.
This house is so tiny. I like it because it's tiny. I like little houses. I don't like big houses. I can't do big houses. I can barely keep the tiny house clean. I don't know. I like the old character to it. It's a 1949 house. It had like this little coziness to it. It was a Cape Cod, which I really, really like and wanted. I like the little arch, like curved archways. It's a cute little house. It's perfect size for our family. We don't need anything bigger. I
would agree. I did not agree at first, but
see?
Here we are.
I'll make good choices for us. All right, next present.
I feel like I'm all squatty in this chair.
Squatty? You are squatty.
Like,
Ew. Why would you make that sound?
it wasn't supposed to be a fart. It was supposed to be a sinking into the seat.
Well, it didn't work. I can get it. I can make it. That is stretch. Okay.
That girl.
Go for it.
Mr. Jamie Bryant.
Hi, Jamie.
How would you describe the vibe or theme of your home in 17 words?
That's so much pressure.
Yeah, this is a funny one.
Okay. 17 words.
When you do this, you're going to have to put up number where it
okay.
goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So, the vibe and theme of my home in 17 words. My house is a crazy hot mess, but semi-organized with loud kids and
a husband 2.
No. And wannabe Joanna Gaines. Boom! Yeah! Did that work? Wannabe Joanna Gaines. Wannabe is one word, right? Can we make it one word? I'm sorry, we're gonna have to make that one word so I can fit it all in.
That was a funny one.
That was a good one. I like that question.
This one is from Teaching in Room 400.
Teaching in room 400.
My son is about the same
I
age
like
as
it when
you.
people name their classroom, like they name their like social media handle after their room numbers.
You like that?
I do like that. I wish I was like as creative as you are to come up with that, because I was not.
So what would your be? Teaching in Room 26?
25.
25? I go to the
How
wrong
dare
room,
you.
apparently.
Whose room are you going to?
My son is about the same age as your youngest. What are some of your favorite activities for him to do when you need some time to work yourself? Or, let me start this one over.
Okay.
My son is about the age of your youngest. What are some of your favorite activities for him to do when you need some time to yourself to get work done? This one has
hard.
a big, easy one for Blaine.
Yeah, I mean, if it was Blaine's...
It is Blaine, the youngest one.
Well, I know, but if it was up to Blaine, he would want to be on the iPad.
But there's a close
That
second.
would... He would play games.
You would play Legos.
That's true. He would play Legos, but I feel like sometimes he would just want somebody to be there. It depends on his mood, to be honest. Because there are days that he will play Legos by himself, and he does such a great job playing Legos by himself. But then there are also days where he has to have somebody playing with him, playing Legos with him.
So we're avoiding iPad though. iPad's
Yeah,
easy.
iPad's a given, right? That's something that you can easily, if you need, you're like about to lose your mind with your child, which I can say that I'm totally guilty of that. Like there are moments where I'm just like, I need you to go away or else mom's about to go bonkers. And I've been totally guilty of that. But I would say anything for him, it would be Legos. I would pull things out like Play-Doh sometimes. I mean, it's very rare that I do it because it makes a hot mess.
He likes drawing.
He likes drawing. He likes, I try to pull things out that I don't do very often with him. Usually it's messy stuff. But I am also extremely fortunate because I do have an older son who plays with him and like they entertain each other. So I feel like I'm a little spoiled in that area.
Yeah, they get along really well.
Without Ian, I don't know how anything would ever get accomplished. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That scared them.
Yeah, that was funny. What is it?
It's a little...
Sounds like Star Wars.
It is Star Wars.
It's still in the bag.
Yeah.
It's in the bag in a box, and it's still going. Okay, here's a good one. Here's a really good one. Ready?
Uh-oh, okay.
We talked about this one a little bit. As a teacher with kids in... Oh, this is from...
Do I look okay? Do I look blue?
This one is from Jenna.
Hey, Jenna.
It's a good one. As a teacher with kids in school, how do you maintain balance of keeping your professional thoughts to yourself and not being overbearing towards the teacher? I don't have kids yet, but I think it will be hard for me to not be too overcritical of my kids' teachers. I hope this makes sense. Thanks for being such a positive influence.
It is really hard sometimes because you kind of see, you have certain beliefs as a teacher that you want your like ideas of how teachers should be teaching in their classroom, and you want your kids to have the very best. But at the same time, I feel like I always step back and think every teacher is going to do what they believe is best for their students. And I don't know, that's just something that I try to remember. Like, everybody learns differently, everybody teaches differently, and I can't sit back and say that you have to do it my way. It's kind of like being a mom, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody is going to mother their child the same way, but it doesn't mean it's the wrong way of doing it. Does that make sense? Like, everybody has their beliefs, and
What if their
I
belief
think-
is to be lazy and hand out worksheets all day?
I think, you know, and it's experiences. Like, kids need to have experiences with everything in life. Like, they can't always have a picture perfect world, so they need to understand what it's like to have all of those different experiences. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I had those classes where I did worksheets every single day. Did it harm me? Absolutely not. Was it the best? I don't really remember. Not a big deal. So, I mean, I feel like my kid probably wouldn't remember either.
But we also get to work on Ian with...
Yeah, like we work with him at
extra
home.
things.
We do other things at home. We give them experiences that we want them to have, you know, outside of the school. And I think the most important thing is I'm not going to talk poorly of his teachers. I will never, ever say anything poorly of them because they're his teachers. And I don't want to be that role model to my kid of, I don't like your teacher, so I'm going to talk bad about them. So I set that example for my kid too. So I guess my answer to that is take it with a grain of salt. Give your kid the experiences that you want to give them. And I don't know, move on with life. It's not the end all be all. You know what I mean? Is it the end all be all? You gonna die from having a bad teacher? You had a bad teacher for 2 years in a row, apparently.
I had some bad teachers. I had some bad teachers, but I had some good teachers.
See? You
All
take
right.
the good and the bad. Thanks for being my question asker.
You're welcome. How do you... Oh, this is from Steven.
Hi, Steven.
How do you plan me time?
Oh, do I have me time? No, I do. I have a very, very nice husband who allows me to go out with my friend Janine and have like me time. Right?
Yes.
You do. He does. He lets me go. Like tomorrow, for instance.
Yes,
Janine
I
was
let
all
her
like,
go.
Like tomorrow, for instance, Janine was all like, let's go to Brown's place. And I'm like, sure.
And this is the first I'm hearing about it. And I may or may not let her.
I feel like that's something that you have to kind of have a balance with your work, okay? So there are days where I'm just like, I'm not gonna do absolutely anything for my work. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna spend my time with my family, I'm gonna hang out with my husband, watch TV. I kind of try to set those moments aside. And it's typically when I'm starting to feel the most stressed is when I will do that. Because I need to kind of like step back from everything and just relax for a minute. But yeah, I just kind of plan it out. And I feel like you just take it as it comes. Like if you feel like you need to have a date, take a date. Just put everything away. It's fine. The house will eventually get cleaned. The work will eventually get done. The kids will eventually get fed. I don't mean that.
Well, it's lucky they like peanut butter jelly sandwiches all the time.
I don't mean that.
So it's easy.
If it was up to them, absolutely. But they ate lettuce today, so.
They ate lettuce. We call that a salad with chicken in it. Chicken, croutons, some onions. We didn't have any carrots, so that was disappointing.
Oh, well, I wonder why he freaking eats all the carrots in one day. Like, it was 2 hours. The carrots were all gone. All the carrots were gone.
Little baby pack.
Yeah, the baby pack,
Little
sure.
baby carrot pack.
He's trying
Delicious.
to make himself not look like a...
You can't say anything. I was eating carrots, of all things.
Why am I sucking at this so bad today?
I don't know.
Are you agreeing?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. What was your... Okay, this is from Wall Frenzy.
Wall Frenzy.
What was your dream house before owning your current home?
I want a homestead with chickens and goats and cows and land and a wraparound porch.
Wow.
And I want it to be old. You know what I mean? I like
It went
the
from homestead
architecture.
to like full-on ranch.
That's what I want. I want a ranch. I am from Texas. I don't want it to be too big. I want a small house. I don't
With a
want
wraparound
something
porch.
with a wraparound porch. I don't want anything big. I don't want big. But I want to be away from everyone where I can kind of go out and like run around in the prairie.
What?
Like, no?
I don't know. The second part of that, part 2, is how is buying a home with a teacher's salary?
I think it all depends on how you want to live and what you want to spend your money on and
Where did you say where you want to live?
Where
you want to live, how you prioritize your money, how you prioritize a house.
It's like choices. It's all about the choices that you make. And you know, we made choices and we're doing fine.
Yeah.
I feel like we're mighty fine. Can't have lobster every night.
I have a lobster. I have a lobster at lunchtime. Mariana.
Mariana, hey girl, how are you? So good to hear from you.
How do you handle the statement, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, especially if the wheel is broken and doesn't work that way anymore? I think we decided, I think that she's probably trying to make changes at the school, and she's getting kickback saying, we don't want to reinvent the wheel, or we're not going to reinvent the wheel. And she's like, the wheel is broken.
Right.
So how do you handle when people say that and you're like, we need to fix this wheel? I mean, you ran into versions of this.
I mean, I did. I had this similar situation back when I was in kindergarten where I felt like teaching should be a certain way. I had these beliefs that teaching needed to be a certain way. And so I chose to do things a little bit differently than what some of the other teachers wanted. And I got kickback from it a little bit, you know, like, but I continued doing what was best for my kids and what I believed in, because that's what I felt like I needed to do. And I just ignored them. I just kind of moved on, did my own little thing, shut my door, didn't listen to it. So, and I did the same thing here. Like, I came in and I had my ideas of how I wanted things to be, and I made some of those changes and I shared some of the things that I was doing. And, you know, some people started jumping on my bandwagon and said, hey, yeah, I love this idea. I love what you're doing, which is kind of like how the MAC team was born. You know, we had these like big plans. I had these ideas of what teaching should be, and now we have a MAC team at my school. So I feel like just keep doing what you're doing. You know, there are people out there that are going to start seeing it, and they're going to see what amazing results are going to come out of it, and they're going to want to do the same things that you're doing. It all starts with like one person, right? So one person can make a big change. So long as you kind of stick with it and just stand your ground and say, this is what I believe in.
Agreed.
Dang it! It came apart. This is what happens when I'm trying to tie a bow
Katie.
and talk at the same time.
Katie.
Hi, hon.
How do you
can't answer me over the camera, but I feel like I'm talking to you, girl. I feel like I'm talking to you.
How do you manage to balance being a mom, wife, and teacher so well? I admire your organization. Hearts, hearts.
Hearts to you too. I feel like I don't manage it.
I
know. You guys see a very small piece of my life. You don't see a whole lot of it, okay? Like, you didn't see me coming in and...
I feel like I'm the star up front.
I think you turned it more towards you.
I feel like I didn't have a left ear last time.
You didn't.
I know, but that's right where it's at, is I don't have a left ear. You want to start that one over?
Yep. I'm super focused right now because I'm writing a name. Are you gonna ask the question?
Yes.
Wow.
How do you manage to balance being a mom, wife, and teacher so well? I admire your organization. Hearts,
you are
hearts.
so sweet. Hearts to you too. Girl, I don't have it together. Like, you guys see such a small part of my life. Like, you don't see all the crazy chaos behind the camera. Like, you didn't see me coming in super late today trying to scrounge together dinner. I had like a hot mess on the table, so I'm trying to get the little one to help me pick up all of his like Play-Doh. Teacher said don't eat the Play-Doh. So like he has Play-Doh all over the place, and you know, was trying to rush because I had sub plans that I had to get ready. I had to have a whole bunch of other things that I needed done this morning. I was incredibly stressed out last night because I had all this stuff that was due. And I feel like that's like the problem with social media, is that we see all these great people out there and we're like, oh, they have it all together, and oh my gosh, their life is so perfect. We don't see all of that. Like, we don't get to see what their lives are really, really like. So my answer is I don't really have it all together. I try very hard to have it together, and I think I just have to know when to say I need to stop this and I need to spend time with my kids. I need to, you know, make sure that I spend time cleaning up, or I try to do that multitasking. Not very well, but I do try to multitask.
Pretty good at multitasking. That's not true.
So I try to like multitask. Thank you. And I don't know, like I just kind of make it work. I try not to stress myself out. I've gotten better about it. Like in the beginning when we first got married and had like a Blaine, I stressed myself out for everything. But I have gotten better about not stressing myself out because I've started to learn that everything always gets done. Like no matter what, I always say, I'm never gonna get anything done. Oh, I'm so stressed. And I promise you, every freaking time I get it done one way or another. It's done. It may not be the quality that I want. It may not have been, you know, at the time that I want it, but it always, always, always gets done. So I don't try to stress myself out about it. I try to enjoy every single day for what it is. I'm never going to get that day back.
Yeah, but what do you do to try to make the day better? Because I think you do take lots of steps.
I try to do positive. I try to be positive, and I don't know. What else do I do?
I think the attitude is huge.
Yeah, I try to be very positive.
You do wake up very early and get to school early.
Yeah, that's true. I am.
Sure,
but it's because I'm a morning person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't stay up late at night. There's some, like my partner, KW, oh my word, she can stay up until like freaking 11, 12 o'clock at night getting work done. And I'm like, girl, I cannot even function during that time. So like, I just kind of recognize who I am as like a person and when I do my best. And I do best if I get up early and I have like some quiet time and I try to get myself organized and get myself ready for the day. Like that helps. So I don't know. You have to start kind of identifying some of those things that kind of really work for you. Like spending some time to yourself in the morning. Maybe that kind of relaxes you. Having a coffee, you know, with your husband. KT is like that. Every morning she has a coffee with her husband before she comes to work, but that's kind of her thing. That's what like gets her ready for the day, and kind of like eases her in. So I don't know. I make lots of lists. Does that help? I do lots of lists. And I try to prioritize things. I try to tell myself, listen, there are 3 things that I need to get done today. What are those 3 things that I absolutely have to get done? What are things that are not time sensitive and I can move to another day and just kind of do it whenever I get a chance? And I guess like my biggest thing is that I don't typically sit around and just watch YouTube or just look at social media. I don't do that. I know, but you're not putting that in the video. But seriously though, I'm not a person who will sit and just like scroll through Insta. Okay, bye. Drop the mic.
I love you.
Whatever.
I feel like I was a distraction.
You are a distraction. Now you're messing up my lights. Oh my gosh, you're screwing it up.
Love you.
Is this the last question?
I think it is.
Okay.
Hold on.
So Katie, I think like the biggest thing, and he keeps messing up my light. So Katie, I think like the biggest thing that I would say for you is that I don't spend time doing like social media, looking like watching YouTube videos. I'm always multitasking. Like I will put up YouTube videos, but I will put them up while I'm like cleaning the dishes or doing laundry or putting my makeup on in the morning. Like I don't scroll through social media like I haven't been on Instagram in forever. I'm bad on Instagram. Like, I'm awful.
Let's look at your last post.
Okay, not even funny. But seriously though, like, I learned that my time is better spent doing something that needs to get done versus me just kind of sitting on my couch. Like, I will have those times when I do sit on my couch and I'll watch TV, but it's like, I schedule those times. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not constantly doing it. You're not gonna see me always doing that. Like, did I sit down today when I came home?
No.
I haven't sat down. Like, this is me sitting down, but I'm trying to do a video at the same time, wrap presents and answer questions.
And spend time with your husband.
And spend time with my husband. I'm trying to do so many things here.
But it's fun.
That's him. He's not doing anything. Oh, burn. Drop the mic. What are you doing? Go away.
I'm supporting you.
All right, that's all the questions that I have.
Let me check one more time.
Okay, he's gonna check one more time.
Are you releasing your A5 planner soon?
Oh, yes I am. So it's going to be up. If not shortly after Christmas, it'll be up, like, definitely the beginnings of January. So be out on the lookout for that.
Oh yeah, here's one. Hi Bridget, quick question. What is the name of the curtains you got from IKEA? I remember you mentioned them once in a video, but I don't know which one.
I think I started looking those up.
Yeah, I looked it up for you at one point.
Aren't they these? No, that's not it, baby. You need to go look at the
They're
white
called
ones.
Ingert. INGERT.
No, you need to go look at the white ones. Go look at the white ones.
Aren't they the same things? Just different
No,
colors?
no, they're not. These are way more expensive than those. Those are the curtains in my living room. Super cheap and super wonderful. Ew. Ew. Daylight.
What movie is that from?
You wanna go home. Daylight coming. You wanna go home.
Do you remember what movie that's from?
Do you think we're weird?
Yes.
Do you think people are gonna think that we're weird?
Well, they like you already.
What if they
Well,
don't?
some of them do, except for the ones that give you thumbs down.
Stop thumbs downing my videos.